Hi, welcome along to ArsenalFanTV. Now, I'm going to ask the question today. Mesut Ozil, do we sell him or do we keep him? Of course, you all know the drill. We've basically messed up on the contract of Mesut Ozil, allowed it to run down into the last year. He hasn't signed a new deal. But do we keep him? Do we go all out to keep him? Or should we just sell him and cash in? Now, Mesut Ozil, what can I say about him? You know, signed for the club 4 years ago and has really divided opinion since he's come in. He was the record transfer fee paid for him at the time, but has he delivered? I mean, there's arguments on both, whether we sell or keep him. Keep him argument, listen, there's no doubt about it, he's a world-class player. When he gets on that pitch, some of the things that he can do, there's no other player in Arsenal's team, and there's only a few players in the Premier League that can do it when he's on song. I mean, some of the sublime passes, his vision is absolutely unreal. And we've seen it so many times at Arsenal. A lot of times there's fans of other clubs who, because they don't see him week in, week out, they don't really appreciate his vision and some of the things that he can do. But sometimes he's been frustrated. It's not even always been his fault. I personally think that we've never played him right. I mean, we've never had, like, say, two holding players behind him, which allows him to go forth and create havoc on other teams. We know that tracking back and that is not his game. So if you play him in the right system, he is as good as any player in the world when it comes to providing passes and when it comes to being that attacking midfielder player. He was a brilliant player. He's won World Player of the Year not World Player of the Year, but Player of the Year in Germany for about 3 years straight. I mean, he is a top quality player and is a privilege to watch when he's on song. He hasn't signed a new deal, but do we tie him down to a new deal and then build a team around him in a proper way? I mean, I was thinking about it the other day. When we had the Invincibles, did we expect Robert Pires to trap back and put in tackles? We didn't, did we? Did we expect Henry to trap back and put in tackles? No, because behind them we had Petit and we had Vieira, two brilliant defensive-minded midfield players that allowed those guys to go forth and play. Maybe that's what we should be doing with Mesut Ozil if we sign him on and keep him in the future, and maybe that's the way we get the best out of him. There is, however, a big argument for selling him. The argument is he's too inconsistent. Yeah, sometimes he's done good, but what about when he's come up against those big teams in those big games? What has he done? Has he been good enough, especially away from home? Has he delivered on the big price tag? You've got to say, if you're being 100% honest, he hasn't. He's been way too inconsistent, Mesut Ozil, at Arsenal. There's been a lot of accusations that he's a lazy player, that he doesn't put in enough for the team, that he's a passenger when he doesn't have the ball, because he doesn't trap back, he doesn't like tackling. That is just not in his game. He's even said it. So do we cash in and sell him and then, go and get somebody who's probably will put in more work rate in that position? Of course, there's the danger that he could end up at one of our rivals, like, say, a Manchester United. And then how would we like that? Mesut Ozil being at Man United and providing loads of assists for people like Lukaku, etc. This is the dilemma, and this is why I want to ask you guys the question. Mesut Ozil, sell him or keep him? This is your chance to vote. All you've got to do, the voting is in the link. Vote now. Keep him or sell him. It's up to you. We're a democracy here on ArsenalFanTV. It's all about the fans. You guys decide right now. Sell him or keep him.